13 love, y'all. 13 is the 13 knowledge, 13 respect. Push it back some more. Rise of flies that you like the nines, Royal Yellow Bay. Son of Big Mama Mama Netta Netta Rouge, Nigga Guineas, aka Son Son. That's not really aka. I just like calling myself Son Son sometimes because I am Son Son. I'm a son that came from a son to send information to the world. That's what I do. So, for you, I'm going to revisit this Matrix. It's Matrix phenomenon. We got Matrix 4 coming out, y'all. Like 4 times. Oh. The universe is awesome. The universe is the best companion, the best teacher, the best guide. I mean, the universe is just awesome. And when I say the universe, I mean my ancestors, I mean myself, I mean everyone who is in tune with the real deal. But I'm gonna stay right here for you guys because I tend to spiral a lot. But let's revisit this Matrix thing. The Matrix is a movie that was created or was believed to be created by the Wachowski brothers. Now the Wachowski sisters. Yes, they are transgender males who have moved and become women now. So, in truth, The Matrix was created by Sophia Stewart, which is my auntie, my C-star, my sister, my beloved, who created this um, inspiration for The Matrix. Because actually, where there is a lot of things that's in her book, as far as the special effects and different things like that, they don't really use her book that much. But they do replace a lot of her information with the very subtle things in the movies. I just got done watching a deeper video breakdown of The Matrix, right? And even with these breakdowns, like I'm seeing stuff that they're just leaving out. They're just like not adding it in because accepting truth is just that. You have to accept truth. Just like you have to accept a lot of things in your life. It's a choice. Because we are not all, but some. I'm not even going to go to that. But in the Matrix, let's start from there, the first Matrix. If you guys have never heard of Sophia Stewart or her battle with the Wachowski brothers, formerly the Wachowski sisters, formerly known as the Wachowski brothers, you should go look her up. Go check out her book, The Third Eye. She has also already written a Matrix 4. Just so you guys know, she's already written her version. Once again, I'm talking about the Wachowski brothers version of the Matrix trilogy, which has a big foundation in the Third Eye and also has a big foundation within a lot of philosophies dealing around the world, which is why, they didn't really like to use too much of her storyline because not only would she be aware of it, but she would catch on. Well, also too, I have to mention the reason that you don't really see that much of her book in that movie per se is because they actually used her movie for the Terminator 2. So the Matrix and the Terminator are actually supposed to be one movie, one sequel, one saga. It's one saga. Okay, but anyway, in the Matrix, there's a scene when Trinity is It's the beginning of the movie when Trinity is about to um, get caught by the agents. When she's first like in the room and the police come in, she's in room 303. Now the significance in that is, first of all, well, her name is Trinity, so it's showing you her connection right there, representing the Holy Trinity, the Mother, the Father, and the Son, or as Christians like to say, the Mother, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Holy Spirit is the Mother. So, but that's another thing, and how you can freak that information, and how they really, that's what they did. They freaked the information. So I'm freaking it back. I'm changing it back, transforming it back to where it has more of a natural root, because I am of the root of the tree. I am a part of the tree. I am, let me stop. Anyway, so she's in this room, 303. In another part of the movie, you see that Neo's room number on his apartment is 101. That's 13, y'all. They say in the thing it's about her being as the Trinity, but that was obvious. The real message in that movie was showing you 13. That's why I had 303 and 101, because that was showing you two parts of one whole, as the female energy dealing with herself being, the heavens, the earth, and the seas. She is the Trinity. In truth, this whole little existence that you're taking and holding, grasping so hard, belongs to her. That's the real of it. I'm sorry. And the 101 is dealing with the male. Him trying to enter her, being worthy of her. This is where it gets kind of twisted, because then you have these rituals, which I don't know these people. I'm just telling you how I see the ritual playing out, where you have the Wachowski brothers become the Wachowski sisters because of what I just told you. So go back and listen to what I said. And they show you this at the end of the movie when he's coming closer and closer to being that L, because that 0 is representing the nothing, the nothingness that has all the potential to be everything, representing that seed, that spark, that inspiration. That's what that 0 point is. That's why my uncle always tells you to go back to your 0 point, when you can be inspired, can be sparked again. Because we're living in a realm where your inspiration is now given to you and it's not felt from within and coming out. It's seen outside of you and you bring it in. But we all have the connection to the universe. If you are one with yourself, you can have that, and you can sorry, I get off track sometimes when I be talking. You can have that. But they show you that when he comes back to Heart Hotel, which was where he was at, showing you it's the heart, so it's dealing with love again. It's dealing for that care again, that unconditional love. He comes back to that hotel, goes into room 303. The one who has, because remember, he hadn't become the one yet. The one. That creative force. He was a one. Someone who had the possibility of being that, just like everybody else who was in that ship with them, because they had already knew the truth like he did, but he and her became one, which is 13, which is 4. which is dealing with your circle and your square and all this good information. But you know, that's too far for a lot of y'all, so I don't go that far. My brothers and them do that. I just kind of try to keep you on track of where your view should be at, because the view right now is chaos. You have everything spiraling around you and trying to keep you and get you out of your center, which is that 0 point. That's what I'm talking about. So when he came into that room right before Agent Smith killed him, shot him, or had that death and rebirth, 913, rise up, fly high, stay true like the nines, 13, death and rebirth, before he can fully enter into becoming himself, before he can fully become that L, which is that 2, which is that one, because remember they were separate, so that 0 point was always also separating them. That means he was split, his self was split. Or it's the pillars. I mean, it's whatever you. That's why 2 and 11 is the same thing. That y'all don't understand is because you're not deep. You don't have a lot of wisdom. You just talk a lot. This stuff is everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. This stuff I'm talking. This is not even the stuff I want to talk about. You know, I mean, I really the stuff that I want to talk about, I don't have to say. You should feel it. You should see it. I don't have to say it. Actually saying it would diminish it, water it down, which is what all this information is. It's just watered down information of the real deal that you still ain't got yet, because you still stuck in the 3D or in that 4th realm, or that 101. Oh. Back to what I'm saying. So when he shot him, I keep saying her because her is him. It's like it's a double entendre, but it's not. But that's the whole thing with the ritual about the Wachowski brothers and Wachowski sisters. See what I'm saying? Let me hurry up. That must have go off. I got a minute left. Okay, I'm gonna do this real fast. When he shot him, he wasn't all the way granted access yet. She had to give him permission. That's the symbol of the kiss. Him getting permission to enter the kingdom, the heavens, or really to just start. Because remember, when he became the one, he still ain't really fully become the one. He became the one inside of self. He fully accepted it within his heart, but he hasn't still fully became yet. And that showed you continuations throughout the Trinity. I mean, the trilogy, where you get to the point where now in the physical world, he's able to control the robots. But that's something even deeper. 13 love, 13 wisdom, 13 knowledge, 13 respect. I'm going to come back. I'm going to finish it. I'm out. 13 love, the big I'm a mama, nothing, rules, niggas, naginis, TLC private, 13 love community. We here. 13 love, I'm out.